it's not exactly a question. It's maybe to share a little bit how what's something important that's happening, and then in that context, ask yes, what wisdom you could share regarding this. My my partner and I, my partner of years and I, we are separated. Like about a month or so ago, a month and a half, maybe more, I don't know. A month and a half, maybe, I think. A month and a half. A month, I don't know. Finally, we, in a definitive way, we reached the conclusion that as it is right now, we are not able to align our senses of purpose, where we are moving, where we are going. So we decided to separate. But we we love each other dearly, deeply. We really developed a very deep connection for many reasons, but we did. And we decided also to end the relationship in the most loving way we could find. And for this purpose, we stayed together until now. We've been together after we decided to separate. We continue to be together until tomorrow. Tomorrow we take separate ways. And it's been just so, how to call it, like life-checking, I don't know, very emotional. Especially the last 7 or 10 days, maybe, has been an emotional roller coaster. Pretty much every day there is something that put us upside down or shakes us against the walls, and it's a lot. And it, for example, makes me question for once, my what it would be commitment, maybe, or the what feels like a sacrifice, or I don't know. But this is what's this is what I wanted to share. This is what's happening, and I think you know a little bit. We've talked, but I wanted to ask what uh, what what could you share in this context, or what how would you maybe frame it, or I don't know.
Mm.
Thank you. I don't think there is like a clear question, because one of the things that becomes very clear is that there is really nothing to do. Everything is well. Like, it's just that things don't match, but that's also okay. It also just so happens that it doesn't feel so nice. But I don't even think I would be asking for practical advice. I don't really know what I don't have a question. It's just I would like to see things in a, like, to have a certain, let's say, frame of reference that would make it more senseful. More senseful, yes.
Thank you, Daniel.
Of course.
So separating in this way that you are endeavoring to, at least, and succeeding in some moments more than others, I imagine, to do it, people might say, consciously or responsively, with some degree of emotional maturity, sobriety. This is an expression of love, of connection that doesn't need to turn into judgment, hatred. And in this, the normal course or the common course is to turn toward resentments, to really illuminate the problems in one's own self and illuminate the problems in others, to focus on those things, to focus on the suffering. But here in this more mature, responsive, uncoupling, I think people call it this now. I like it. You'll be able to witness all that is in you, all that is in you that brought you into the relationship, all that was in you and processed, forgiven, and clung to during the relationship. And you'll see all of that now in this process of a loving detachment. So you will be revealed to yourself in a way that wouldn't be possible in the posture of judgment and resentment, of blaming yourself, blaming her, like this. So this is already very good. It is said in the relative that the love that can turn to hate was never love, was never once love, may have been called that, may have even been experienced as that naively in a state of confusion, but was never that. Anything that can be hate was never love in the relative. Only recently we explored that even hate is of love, but this is not what I'm talking about now. It's also true, but it's a different dimension, a different octave of consciousness. And here I think it makes sense for us to focus on relationship, person to person, personality to personality. And in this way, the love that can turn to hatred was never love. So it's good, to have two people that are committed in striving deeper into their emotional maturity to uncouple in a way that's loving. And she tending to you and caring for you in your injury while this uncoupling has been happening is a testament, not just to her, but to you for having chosen so well. Somebody who's capable of doing this, of separating and still caring for you in your need, physically, and both of you emotionally, of course. So much of you will be revealed to yourself in this process. The grief that you experience and the sadness is sacred and important, and also know that it is an expression of the gratitude that you have for what was. We never grieve a thing that goes away that we didn't adore. And so you were in and are in this state of adoration for another, in romantic love, that is cause for gratitude. And so know this, that your grief, it shouldn't be suppressed or rejected. You experience it fully, because it also is gratitude. Gratitude to her for partnering with you, gratitude for you, for your own self, for partnering so well with another. Gratitude to world and God for allowing the opportunity to arise. Gratitude for allowing the opportunity to crest and fall. And it's very likely we, in relationship with ourselves, with the world, romantically with other, partnering, coupling, it goes through seasons. And so it arises through seasons, it sustains through seasons, and it dissolves through seasons. Creation, sustaining, maintaining, dissolving. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And so it's likely to go through 4 seasons, this process internal of separating, detaching. So I say this to invite you to not try and heal too quickly, to allow it to take its course, because as you travel with the sadness and the grief and the prospect of the unknown, that both the gratitude and the grief of then and now, that you allow this to reveal itself, reveal your own self to yourself over the course of a year. And that it will be with you, very likely will be with you this long, as a gift. And to not try and heal or forgive too quickly, but just to allow yourself to be as you are in it in every moment through the coming seasons. The summer, the autumn, the winter, and the spring to come. And know that at this point next year, you will not be the same one who's sitting with us here today. And if you approach this opportunity of the year to come in relation to this relationship, the decoupling, uncoupling, then you will be freer and emptier. Let's just explore, just not too deeply, but just explore this process. That all relationships are karmic. This was the perfect relationship for you, for this set of experiences that were predetermined for your karma, for you to experience in this lifetime. And it will be subtler and subtler echoes of past relationships. So the grief that you're experiencing in relationship to the separation is tied to your memories of the past few years of being in relationship with her, is tied to deeper in your system to your experiences in this lifetime, past partners, relationship with mother and father and nuclear family, all wrapped into this partnership. Those things, tendrils now down further and further into past lives. You could say it this way. So really linked to the arc of the journey of your soul. And that's why this process is so sacred, is because there are tendrils. It's like root balls of experience. And so you have the relationship that's tied into through the heart, and then another root ball in the heart, and then another root ball in the gut, and another root, right? Sacral, and then and these karmic threads, root ball to tendrils to root ball to tendrils to root ball, will bring you right to the beginning of you. Can do. And if you're gentle with it, and you tug at it lovingly and gently, not wanting to break any of the tendrils, but to uproot it all the same, this can be a process of freeing yourself of karmic entanglement, of karmic conditioning, of suffering itself. And that every relationship is karmic. Every relationship has this opportunity encoded in it. The DNA of your relationship is for the process of coming to freedom. I think we can say it this way. But just like, if anybody's ever done any gardening, just like pulling up weeds, you can pull it up and just take the top part and then it will grow back, right? Or you can gently, gently play with it. Pull it up slowly, slowly, trying not to break any of the tendrils so that you remove it in its entirety. Why do we remove weeds from a garden? Also, if you're a gardener, you know that dry, hardened soil it's much more difficult to pull up the root ball, isn't it? But soil that's soft and wet, that's received the rain, so much easier. So this points to your own sense of softness as you process. So this suffering, this grief and sadness, and the fear of what's next, these things are not new because of the end of the relationship. They're the very reason, we could say it this way, that you entered the relationship to begin with, was to expose these limitations, these karmic limitations of your conscious awareness. And so this year ahead will be sacred for you. One way of looking at it that's very real in the relative is that your suffering was the perfect match for her suffering, in order for the two of you to work together to be free, to help free her and her to help free you, to use her as a mirror to free yourself and a portal through which to release your suffering and to be in relationship For you, for example, with divine feminine, or just God. And so this suffering, attracted to suffering, is passion. It's sacred. Passion is sacred. And the proper understanding of it is, this is my karma attracted to her karma, and hers attracted to mine, makes it perfect. You for her and her for you for this. Very few people understand this, that this is what is falling in love. It's an invitation into healing, into freedom, into forgiveness, into healing, and into freedom. This is the purpose of relationship. But what we get wrong is that they become the object. They're the ones that she will make me happy. I will make her happy. So they become the object of desire and not a mirror of past desire. They become the object of relationship and not the portal through which you travel. Through which you travel to come to know the divine that animates her. That through the portal of other in relationship, you come to know the divine, and then you'll come to know it's the same divine that animates you. Same. It's good to know, and then to test it out in your own experience, isn't it? Relationship is mirror. Relationship is portal. Relationship has never once been object. The whole world is in suffering, in lust, objectifying, not just sexual lust, not that, but not just sexual lust, but objectifying other, and in so doing, objectifying our own selves. Relationship, falling in love, it is a karmic, a magnetic attraction to forgiveness, healing, and freedom. Proper understanding of this makes relationship a very powerful sadhana. A marriage rooted in this understanding, each one committed completely to the upliftment of the other, becomes a mutual upliftment. A compact to freedom and a commitment. Not understanding this, we are bound to simply repeat the same patterns over and over and over and over. In this lifetime, over and over again, attempting to learn the same lesson, to forgive the same misunderstanding. Over and over again. And through relationship, having forgiven, having healed, being proportionally more free, it opens the door to a deeper relationship with God, first and foremost, and also brings you into a different dimension, a different karmic dimension, where If you choose to, the next relationship will do the same, but at a higher octave. And ideally, the same thing will happen for her. For the most part, the world doesn't really understand the purpose of relationship. And we are busy objectifying the other as the source of happiness, or the source of the one who will fulfill some desire. Even if that desire is to just not feel so lonely. But certainly if it's some, financial arrangement or sexual arrangement or, but even if it's to quell some sense of loneliness, then we put the burden on the other to fulfill that in ourselves, to not feel lonely. But you see, it can never work. Because as the object, there's no power, there's no juice in it at all. Tapped into something dry. And so the experience of that will be more loneliness in connection. Which is worse, feeling lonely alone or feeling lonely in partnership? So even that most subtle desire to not be alone, who will be for me? It can't work. You have to be for them. And then and so objects of desire, it's not just a sexual lust or some sense of financial security in a partner, some sense of physical security in a partner, or maybe some sense of social, reputational security, marrying up. It can never work. It can never work. So honestly, my, for whatever it's worth, my respect to you for even wanting to separate in this way. Let it be difficult. Feel all that you'll feel. And forgive and heal and be free. All relationships are designed to bring you closer to God. Recently we talked about you'll see it, the whole world, all of the heavens are conspiring through the mundane to lead you to freedom. And even the ones that you call enemy or demons even make it uncomfortable for you to remain in a dimension where you really should be ascending. So all manner of challenge and conflict, what you would call enemy or even demon, these ones are for you to help inspire you to go higher. Don't get too comfortable in this realm. So much more is available to you. And the ones that you might call friends or angels, the ones that are really, truly for you, which is also kind of rare, but does exist, doesn't it? And those ones are there to guide you, to draw you, invite you into the higher dimensions of consciousness, your own direct experience. Same earth, but a world more elevated than the one that you thought you were occupying. It's okay? Something more? Really, also take comfort in this truth that the whole thing, all of the things, all of the suffering even, is swaddled in love. The divine, all-encompassing, ubiquitous, undifferentiated love. That the whole thing is a custom-tailored, a bespoke experience to bring you from where you think you are to who you actually are. And when you look for the cues, the patterns of this in your experience, then more and more you can begin to trust it. Experientially. Probably if you did a review of your own sense of suffering and challenges and conflicts, overcome or not, you can see how they brought you to something greater. It was for you. We also have the experience of having difficulty and being wound up in resentment and self-pity. It's okay. No problem. Resentment and self-pity and blame. These are the signals to you that it's time to let go. And Swami Shivananda, all the yogic sages would say, you've had so many partners. You've had so many partners. You've had so many children with those partners in so many lifetimes. You've had so many parents. Is it time for you now to find the beloved? To find the beloved that's animated every lover you've ever known? The same one that's animated every lover you've ever known? The one you'll find right here. In the door of the heart. Through the door of the heart. Open wide I keep for thee. This is the great lover. And to know the love of the great lover is to know you have never experienced anything like it before. Nothing compares. Nothing compares. And this is it, Daniel, this is it. Each one of you, in your relationships, whatever they are, this is it. This is the way through. It's the portal, the mirror and the portal.